Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit different on this video today. And just because of something I watched earlier today. I was watching some videos, and there was a video of a interview being taken place with a hunter and a individual that apparently does not like hunters and claims to be an animal advocate. And the video really got me kind of infuriated because of the ignorance that people can display. They were talking to the hunter about what he does for conservation. He was talking about planting food plots, putting out food for the wildlife, ensuring the habitat was in good order, clearing out old trees so new growth could come in. Typical stuff that we as hunters take for granted that we do if we own the property or have a lease where you can do this type of work on. And the person that claimed to be an animal advocate was just ringing him up one side and down the other about how he was only doing that to benefit himself so he could kill a big deer, shoot it between the eyes is how she put it, and just real ignorant statements. If you know anything about doing food plots and stuff, it's not going to benefit just one animal as she was claiming it was for. So I thought I'd talk a moment about that because just it really surprises me that in this day and age people are still that ignorant, but I guess that's what it is. Anyways, when they started talking to her and asking her how much money she puts towards doing similar things that this man does, and her reply, like every other animal advocate out there that has these kind of stances that doesn't like hunters, or every anti-hunter that's out there, I don't put any money towards it, but I donate to this charity or that charity. Those charities don't do anything, we all know that. I mean, a few of them might have a little bit of benefits, but a lot of those donations are going to pay for the ads that we see run on TV. They're going to pay for the people that are building the ads, and obviously someone's pocketbook. Very little of that money that's donated actually goes to benefit any kind of wildlife anywhere. In the midst of asking her some questions, the hunter finally asked her, "Do you realize that if it was not for the efforts of the sportsmen, for hunters and the conservation efforts that we put forth back in the 1900s, early 1900s, before most of us were even around, that animals like the white-tailed deer, the Roosevelt elk, would probably be extinct today?" And her exact words, and this is where I really got fumed, and the ignorance really rubbed off on me, was her exact words was, "I'd rather they be extinct than be helped by someone that hunts." That doesn't make sense to me. How can you claim to be an animal advocate if your stance is that you would rather an animal be extinct? I mean, let's take the scimitar horn oryx, for example. They're a great testament to this. They are extinct in the wild in Africa, or at least they were, recent, within the last 5 years. The last time I checked. Just recently, because of hunters, because of hunting ranches in Texas, there have been some that have been sent back over to Africa to reintroduce to try to make them not extinct. So in this lady's opinion, that beautiful animal should just be extinct, and because hunters can't do any good, and she'd rather them be extinct than hunters taking care of them. I mean, the wild turkeys are the same kind of thing. I mean, If it wasn't for hunters, we wouldn't have the numbers we have. The white-tailed deer in the States is a great example of this. The Roosevelt elk, another example. So we as hunters need to stick together. I see on Facebook and other social media all the time people dogging each other. I wouldn't have shot this deer. Why do you hunt with a gun instead of a bow? Why do you hunt with a bow instead of a gun? High fence, low fence, free range. If a person's a hunter and they're spending money in the hunting industry that helps with wildlife, we should back each other. We shouldn't be dogging each other like I see all the time, because that's how the antis win. And let's not give them any room to win. Let's stand together and keep our sport proud. I mean, my son's 2 years old. When he's a little bit older, I want to introduce him to hunting. I hope it's still around. I hope that we're still allowed to do it in a few years when he's able to. But to make sure that that's possible, make sure his kids and his grandkids can enjoy what we enjoy today, we've got to stand together and show people that because of us, wildlife thrive. They don't just exist, but they thrive. And we help with that. So this is kind of my, I guess kind of a preachy bit, but I had to get it off my chest because I watched that and it just infuriated me. So I'll try not to do this too much. For those of you that do watch the channel. But that's also another reason why, if you've noticed, I've got some warning labels that come up at the beginning of the video now. I've also changed my channel where any comments are going to have to be approved before they're seen. And this is why, because of people that have pure ignorance and no understandings and hate in their heart. So sorry to preach to you guys today for almost 8 minutes, but hopefully most of you guys feel the same as I do, that any hunting's good hunting, and we're out there to better the environment and benefit generations to come. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.